The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Siriya Boonlert. Chapter 9 Medicine. A new witty matter occupied Tom's mind, begging Thatcher had stopped coming to school. Tom had struggled with his pride for a few days and tried to forget her. He failed. He heard that she was ill. If she should die, he no longer took an interest in swimming or even in Sherwood's forest. He went about looking very depressed. His aunt was worried and began to try all sorts of medicines on him. She bought all the health papers regularly and believed all the solemn nonsense which they contained. The water treatment was new now, and Tom's low condition was an unexpected piece of good fortune to her. She took him out at daylight every morning, stood him up in the woodshed, and drowned him with a quart of cold water. Then she rubbed him down with a towel like sandpaper and so made him recover. Then she rolled him up in a wet sheet and put him away under blankets till she swept his so clean and the yellow stains of it came to the skin, as Tom said. Yet, in spite of all this, the boy remained as sad as a funeral. Aunt Polly decided that this depression must be broken up at any cost. Now she heard of painkiller for the first time. She ordered a dozen bottles at once. She tasted it and was filled with gratitude. It was simplified in liquid form. She gave Tom a teaspoonful and was with the deepest anxiety for the result. A wild look came into Tom's eye. He gave a deep gasp and then started to race around the room. Aunt Polly was delighted. Her troubles were over, for the depression was broken up. Tom felt that it was time to wake up and protect himself, so he thought over various plans of delay and finally decided to pretend to be fond of painkiller. He asked for it so often that he became a nuisance. His aunt ended by telling him to help himself and stop worrying her, but she was the bottle secretary. She found that the medicines did really disappear, but it did not occur to her that the boy was carrying a crack in the sitting room for with it. One day Tom was giving medical attention to the crack when his aunt's yellow cat Peter came along, singing, eyeing the spoon greedily and begging for a taste. Don't ask for it unless you want it, Peter said Tom, but Peter showed that he did want it. Are you sure? Peter was sure. Now you have asked for it, and I will give it to you because I'm not selfish. But if you find you don't like it, you mustn't blame anybody but yourself. Peter still seemed eager, so Tom forced his mouth open and poured down the painkiller. Peter sprang a couple of yards into the air, shouted a wild cry, and then flew round and round the room, banging against the furniture, upsetting the flower pots and causing general destruction. Next, Rai rose on his back legs and danced merrily around, screaming with joy. Then he went rushing round the house again, spreading more destructions in his path. Aunt Polly entered in time to see him take some astounding leap into the air, give a final piercing scream, and sigh through the open window, carrying the rest of the flower pot with him. The old lady stood rooted to the floor with a astonishment peering over her glasses. Tom lay in the floor, spreading his sighed with louder. Tom, what on earth is wrong with that cat? I don't know, Aunt, gasped the boy. Why, I have never seen anything like it. What did make him behave like that? Indeed, I don't know, Aunt. Polly cats always do that when they are enjoying themselves. They do they? There was something in her tone that made Tom expect trouble. They already bent down. The handle of the teaspoon was visible under the rug. She took it and held it up. Tom looked guilty. She raised him by the usual handle, his ear, and slapped him down. Why did you treat that poor dumb creature like that? I was pretending to be his aunt. What do you mean? I was pretending to be his aunt and trying to burn the bowels out of him. This was putting the matter in a new light. What was cruel to a cat might be cruel to a boy too. She began to often. She felt sorry. Her eyes watered a little, and she put her hand on Tom's head and said gently, I do not mean to be cruel, Tom. And Tom, the medicine do you good. I did him good too. The way he fell round the room. Oh, run away before you make me lose my temper again. Try to be a good boy for once, and then you needn't take any more medicines. Tom reached school early. It was noticed that this strange thing had been occurring every day recently. He waited beside a gate instead of playing with his friends. When Jeff Dasher arrived, Tom spoke to him and tried in a roundabout way to get some information about Becky, but the stupid boy could not understand what Tom wanted. Tom was and was hoping when a race came in sight and heading the order of it as soon as he saw that she was not the live one. Then one more dress passed in at the gate, and Tom's heart gave a great leap. Next instant, he was shouting, laughing, casting boys standing on his head, jumping over the fence at the risk of life and leaped, doing all the horrors this he could. dusting off and keep queuing, and I on waking Dasher to see if she was noticing. She never looked. He broke through a group of boys, scattering them in every direction, and fell beside, begging, almost upsetting her. She turned away with her nose in the air. Some people think they are very smart, he heard her say mockingly. Tom's cheeks burned. He rose to his feet and walked away,